The apprentice got his first league start for Manchester City, but it was the sorcerer who stole the show and sent City back to top spot. Phil Foden gave notice of his growing stature by stepping into the Blues team for a must-win game against Cardiff and performing well. But it was Kevin De Bruyne, finding his feet again after a stop-start season dogged by injury, who lit up the Etihad with a stunning opening goal and a dominant performance. And with Fernandinho back in the engine room and an imperious mood, City are in great shape for the closing weeks of the season and that mission improbable chase for the quadruple. Pep Guardiola had warned his Blues players that their focus had to be entirely on this game and that dreams of winning 4 trophies, or 5 as he would have it, are reserved for bedtime. He need not have worried as City set about their business in business-like fashion, De Bruyne's angled stunner and Leroy Sane's drilled second ensuring the points by half-time. The only blot was the loss of Aleks Zinchenko with what looked like a hamstring tweak. With Benjamin Mendy left out of the matchday squad after tempting the wrath of the manager with an unwise nightclub appearance in the early hours of last Saturday and Fabian Delph injured, left-back options are dwindling. What was being portrayed as a humdrum league game before the excitement of Saturday's FA Cup semi-final and then a Champions League semi-final at Spurs' new ground was given a lift by the arrival of the team sheets. Foden's inclusion for his first league start made everyone perk up, but perspective is badly needed. The clamour about Guardiola's careful husbandry of precocious teenagers' appearances has been ludicrous at times. The fact that he was England's best player as they won the Under-17 World Cup the summer before last was bound to send his profile through the roof. But some have portrayed the fact that he had not, until now, started a league game as a squandering of talent. The fact that he is still only 18, still slight of frame, and playing in one of the toughest positions in any Guardiola team was ridiculously overlooked. He stepped in for David Silva against Cardiff. At the same age, the brilliant Spaniard was out on loan at second division Ibrox. A loan for Foden was ruled out simply because Guardiola wants him developing with and available for the first team. Kevin De Bruyne, alongside whom Foden played, was already a first-team player at Foden's age. But he was playing at Belgian club Genk, a far cry from turning out in a crucial league game for a team chasing the title, and with it the almost mythical quadruple. And it was a gamble thrown him in for this one, regardless of Cardiff's relegation-haunted status. Foden lined up alongside Fernandinho and De Bruyne, 2 players both coming back from injury. But any fears that the midfield might be undercooked evaporated in the opening spell. De Bruyne raced down the right in the opening minute and fizzed in a cross that was an inch or two away from the lunge of Gabriel Jesus. The Belgian was clearly feeling sharper than he has for some time, and he fired them ahead after just 6 minutes. The architect was Aymeric Laporte, sliding a trademark precision pass down the left channel and into the path of a ginger-haired streak. De Bruyne haired towards the byline, and with everyone expecting the pullback to the penalty spot, he fired a left-footed rising shot past a startled Neil Etheridge in goal and into the far corner. There has been a growing feeling that someone, sooner or later, would cop for all the pent-up frustration which has been building in De Bruyne after an injury-ruined season. Poor old Cardiff were the first, and probably not the last, to get swept away as those damn walls broke. De Bruyne was everywhere, charging into space, thrusting passes through tight spaces and berating Gabriel Jesus for shooting and hitting the post when a 4-on-2 break had left him in acres of space. City were coasting through the game, conserving energy, but a second goal was needed for surety, and it came just before the break. Riyad Mahrez clipped a cross beyond the crowded penalty area to a lurking Jesus, and he expertly chested the ball into the path of Sane. The German drilled his shot through the melee and into the far corner to open the 2-goal cushion. Just as it did at Fulham on Saturday, the 2-goal lad induced City to wind down another notch, and the second half was played out like a training session. Such was the extent of the City domination that Cardiff's first shot, on 75 minutes, and straight into Ederson's midriff, brought wild celebrations from the visiting fans and a chant of "You've had your shot, now off home" from the Blues.